Hello guys, today I will be describing to you the counters for each and every single one of the mythical fruits in Fruit Battlegrounds. Okay, so countering Soul is very simple because whatever move they do in the base form, you can punish it. So yeah, if they do the Enthro Grasp raw, just block and then you can punish this. If they do Scorching Sickle, which is the only unblockable move in the base form, you can like interrupt them or like attack them right after they do the move because it has super long end lag. The Zeus Meadow is punishable too because it's blockable and you can use a long range skill to land on someone doing Zeus Meadow with Soul. And Crimson Pillar is blockable and reactable, so super punishable too. Now when your opponent transforms into the Soul form, there's nothing you can do to avoid getting hit. But to counter it, I guess try to punish your opponent for doing Scorching Sickle or trying to do Raw and Throw Grass, but that really won't happen. Also, I don't think it's really easy to react to Crimson Pillar Raw because it's instant in the transformation, which means the Soul user can get you in the combo very easy. So yeah, really you have to make sure to deal the most damage possible on the Soul user before they transform. Second fruit we have is Leopard. So when you fight a Leopard, they are immediately gonna transform, which means that they will want to start a combo with Spiraling Kick. When they do Spiraling Kick, try to attack them after their end lag, but it's perfectly normal if you can't because it barely has any end lag. But what you really want to do is wait for them to like come close to you and do after image combo. If they miss the move, then you can easily counter them. If they don't, just find a way to stun exchange, you know what I mean? But yeah, countering Leopard can be extremely difficult because it is a counter fruit itself and it has 2 iframe moves. Oh yeah, also when the Leopard is untransformed, you don't counter it because what they do is run away with Predator's Prowl. So what you want to do is chase after them to hopefully somehow get them with a move while they're doing Predator's Prowl, but sometimes it can be hard to do that because they're already super far from you. Third fruit of the video. So, Lightning. When they are voltaging up, if you're close enough to them, try to land a move on them because it has slight end lag and they might not be able to act before the move lands. If they do Lightning Palm, it's extremely easy to block and then you can just punish them with whatever. Crashing Thunder is harder to punish because it's fast, but while they're in this, if they miss the move, you can definitely try and punish it. Only the Projected Burst Beam move is punishable if they miss it or if you block it, so you can try to punish that as well. And the easiest move to punish by far in Lightning is when they miss the Crushing Judgment. But they don't even need to miss it. When they do the Crushing Judgment, if you're close enough to them, you can just try to land a move on them while they're aiming at you. But yeah. Oh, last move is also punishable because its iframes suck. So Raigo can get punished by moves like Buzz Cut and Rising Claw combo, or like any other moves that have an iframe and hit immediately after they're done with the Raigo, you know what I mean? Also, some Lightning users like to hold the Crashing Thunder, and when you see them do this, do not let them get to you. Like, you immediately have to get to them to hit them before they hit you because that's just like one of the most brain dead combo starters in the entire game. Okay, fourth mythical is Nika. This is by far the most punishable mythical fruit in my opinion, because every single one of its moves are punishable, including in its transformation, except for Gigant's Tam. Rock Gun is easily missed by a lot of people, so when you see them do it, try to punish them with anything. Neo Red Hawk, just block this if you don't want to get hit, but even better, if you want to punish it, do like a close range move that'll stun them longer than you get stunned. The Rock Gatling is also punishable, but it's a little risky to punish because its hitbox is huge. And same thing for Red Hawk, its hitbox is huge, so it's risky to punish. And it does have iframe, so you have to get good timing before using the move you want to punish them with. Now let's transform. Oh yeah, and you can also punish the transformation if they don't hit you with it. Spinning top, easily punishable. Like when they do this, it lasts a long time. Dawn Rocket, block this and you can punish it. Mole Pistol, block this and you can punish it. Rising Bolt is a bit harder to punish, but it's interruptible too, so if you do punish them while they're trying to do it, then it's really good for you. Gigant Stomp is not, and Battering Gun is punishable. Like at the end, before your opponent goes back down from the Battering Gun, you can prepare a move to hit them with. But I won't demonstrate that. I won't use the Battering Gun because it lasts too long. Okay, so now we have the 5th mythical fruit of the video, darkxquake. This fruit is much more punishable than you guys think. If your opponent misses the anti-quake move and lag, you can punish it. Same thing for Black Hole Path. It's really not that hard to punish, especially if your opponent pops out too close to you. Black Turret is the same thing as Black Hole Path, but without iframes. Neo Kurozu. So when you're fighting a darkxquake, they are going to want to go for you and land this move. But if you pretend to run from them and just turn around unexpectedly and hit them, then they won't know what to do when they do this. Also, the anti-body here is definitely punishable if your opponent does it too close to you. And Quadra Seaquake is a really hard move to punish because, yeah, it doesn't have iframes anymore, but the waves come after a long time. So if you try to punish them with like some sort of iframe move, it might not work. The 6th mythical fruit of this video, okuchi. The first move is always not punishable because it has barely any end lag. Same thing for Arctic Breath, barely any end lag, so if you try to punish this, you'll probably get punished yourself. But it's not the same for Devastating Drop, because if you miss this, if an okuchi misses this, they are cooked. You stay stuck there for like 1.5 seconds, which is a lot of time to give your opponent time to hit you. Hallowed Cuts, if you block this, then you can punish it really easily, same as Devastating Drop. Okay, for the transformation, the first and second moves are still unpunishable. The third move is definitely punishable if you block its roar or if you don't get hit by it. Hallowed Cuts is still also punishable, and Divine Serpent is like almost unpunishable except for certain moves that directly counter it if your opponent tries to hit you with it. This is by far like one of the most broken ults in the entire game. Now for the 7th fruit, we have Dragon V2. The first move is like almost unpunishable. The second move is definitely punishable, but extremely hard to punish because most of the time when your opponent uses this, it's already too late for you. The Dragon Twister is also punishable, but I wouldn't recommend punishing it because you might get hit by the tornado, which beats any stun trade almost. And also the beast bell, definitely punishable if your opponent misses this, but the problem is that it's unblockable and it bypasses block. So you really have to make sure your opponent misses it for you to be able to punish it. Now the transformation, the Infernal Breath is still unpunishable, especially with the Flaming Torch. Talking about the Flaming Torch, this move is extremely punishable if they do it right in front of you. Bolo Frenzy is like extremely punishable too, and I don't understand why people don't try to punish it more often. It would be really good for them. Dragon Twister is still punishable but risky to punish, and Beast Bellow still the same too. Now if you want to punish Demolition, it's gonna be quite hard because most of the time when your opponent realizes they miss the skill, they have time to block because it barely has any end lag. 8th mythical fruit of the video, let's talk about Ope. So yeah, the room is punishable, but the problem is that they can let go of the room skill they're holding if they see you use a move to punish them. So they can like instantly block or Soru away. Tact, unpunishable. Wreckage, almost unpunishable. I don't think it's punishable. Hurricane Shock, in the last update, the developers added like a long end lag to it. So now if they miss the skill, you can hit them afterwards quite easily. Gamma Knife, it's barely punishable. Like, don't try to punish this. And Mess, definitely punishable if they do it raw and miss it. And Shambles is also punishable, but what's annoying about this is that when they use the skill and you try to punish it, even if you stun them, they're gonna teleport because Ope has some sort of hyper armor. Ope, like Leopard, is a punish fruit itself, and it's really hard to punish it. So I recommend just going for the offensive when you fight Ope. I don't really have any tricks for you. Last fruit of the video, dough. Now for the grilled dough, if you're used to it, this is actually extremely easy to punish because when you're used to fighting dough, you know exactly when they're gonna use grilled dough, and you're gonna know when to time it to punish them. Also, if your opponent somehow, for some reason, does dough muddle raw, this is probably like the easiest skill in the game to punish because it stuns you for like, it stuns the opponent for over 2 seconds and it has a huge effect. That's super easy to see. Lotus Dough combo is barely punishable. I don't recommend punishing it because if you do try and get close to them, they can buzz cut you, and we'll get to that later. Chestnut, punishable, but if you don't have a move that's gonna deal more damage than the tick damage of the buzz cut, it is not worth it. Anemone is barely punishable. They can block right after if they see that they missed the skill. Now for the buzz cut. If you see someone rolling with the buzz cut, pro tip, just don't try to punish them because they can immediately hit you because buzz cut is an instant move and it has iframe. So if they manage to hit you if you try to punish them while they're using buzz cut, you cannot get out of it unless it's with a long range move that you're punishing them. Okay, well guys, that was all for this video. I hope you agree with the things I said and I hope it helps you punish the fruits. I don't have like perfect examples of situations where you can punish fruits because it really depends on the fruit you're using to punish the fruit you're fighting. Also, let me know in the comments which fruit you think is the most punishable out of all the mythicals. Anyways, bye guys.